What's up? You know I was gonna dive into this. Everybody knew I was gonna dive into this, and this was what I was awaiting. It's not about being a fan of the moment, okay? I know this, okay? It's not about being a fan of the moment, but we got to be honest and we got to be real about everything. Now, before I get started, before I get started, okay? I want to let people know. I want to let people know in this in no shape, way, or form is this to diminish a player or to say that he's trash or anything like that. Okay, we got to understand that. That's not what this is about. But when you talk about C.D. Lamb, when you talk about Amari Cooper, we can't. I'm not going to include Gallup in the argument, even though he's big. As a matter of fact, I think he's hurt. He's hurt right now, to my knowledge. Um, when you're trying to make a comparison of Cooper and C.D. Lamb, you have to understand that last year, like I said, and I've done a video about this before. Last year, Amari Cooper only had two drops. You can't blame it on the rookies. Can't blame it on another quarterback. You can't blame it on a replacement or any of that other stuff, right? Dak was in the game. Dak threw some great passes to CD Lamb, and he didn't catch it. He didn't catch it. Now I know everybody's gonna say, okay, well, CD Lamb, he had 7 receptions for 104, and he had a touchdown. Yes, that's great. That's tremendous. That's that's wonderful. I understand all that. I'm not even tripping about that. But here's what I don't get, and here's what I don't understand. Y'all sit up there and y'all say automatically that CeeDee Lamb is better than Amari Cooper. You're ready to depend on him and everything. You're ready to make him the main guy. I said this before, he's about to have a better year. Amari Cooper was lights out yesterday. You saw it. 139 yards, two touchdowns. I think 13 receptions. Hold on. I'm going off the top of my head. I don't get into all that. Oh, well, I gotta do research. Yeah, two touchdowns. Now, the long was more with Lamb. He was having 14.9. But even still, those were the top two guys. He's not ready to be that main guy yet. Now, is this gonna make him better? Yeah, it will. But we gotta stop. He's still got some time. He still got some time to go. In training camp, he was asking uh, Amari Cooper for advice. He was asking Amari Cooper for advice. So that should tell you something. I know that he's younger. I know that he's younger. I know that He's still got a ways to go, but he's just not on his level right now at this point in time. Amari Cooper, Amari Cooper looked like Chris Carter last night. He looked like Chris Carter. You know, that's what he looked like last night. Amari Cooper is not given credit for the great hands that he has. He's not given credit for that. Everybody wants to talk about how Amari Cooper, he's not physical, he can't do any of this, can't do any of that. Now, okay, did Dean make up for it in the end? Yes, he did, but he clearly outplayed everybody in the first half. CeeDee Lamb has got a ways to go. He's got a long time to go. It's not taking anything away from him. It's not taking anything away from guys like Wilson or Pollard or Gallup or anybody, but he got a ways to go. Are they going to be able to depend on him when the going gets tough, so to speak? We could sit here and argue all day about who who's the uh, who's the main receiver on the Cowboys. It's going to be Cooper. It's going to be Cooper. Like one subscriber said, he basically said that I think it was I forget who it was. I think it was Jacory. Jacory had basically said that he made Dak look like an elite or a great quarterback, which you already know my feeling on Dak. Dak is a great quarterback. He's great. 403 yards, three touchdowns, one interception. How can you not? How can you not say that? But see, everybody always brings up what Cooper got to work on, and Cooper can't do this, Cooper do that. Last time I checked, okay, Cooper was injured coming into the season. He had that ankle injury. Um, and he still was able to come back and still make his presence felt. You know, I I don't have anything against this guy. I don't have anything against CeeDee Lamb. I just don't feel that he's better. He's better than Cooper. We've talked about this the whole entire off season. And I know people are going to talk about where he still played a pretty productive game. Yeah, he did. He did. He played a productive game, but that's not what we're talking about here. That's not what we're talking about here. You know, Kellen Moore, man. Kellen Moore wanted to take advantage of what the Bucks defense were struggling to stop. You know, that's what it, that's what it was. That's what it came down to. And see, this is the thing. Dak had mentioned this. He said I didn't plan on throwing it that many times. Let me stop right there. They wanted to go to Zeke. They wanted to bring the running game, but they just were not going to do that with our Bucks defense. They weren't going to do that. It was not finna happen. Dak Prescott put in a lot of work. He put in a lot of work, and one of the things that he wanted to put in a lot of work with was the continued chemistry with his receivers. You saw it in the off season. You know, y'all have the Chargers next, okay? And the Chargers are are a young squad. They got great playmakers like Bosa and Dorian James. You know, now I will say this though. I will say this. They also they said they had to create some schemes and execute those schemes a lot better. He took the blame on two of on those passes that were dropped by CD Lamb. But I'm not going to sit here and give CD Lamb a pass. I'm not going to do that. I felt like they were on target. You know, and Dak did not shoot himself in the foot. He didn't shoot himself in the foot by saying, "Okay, or, well, we'll see y'all again." When he had told Brady that he'll be back on Twitter, there was nothing wrong with that. That's the confidence that Dak has to say that the Cowboys will eventually be better. Like I said, I do have the Cowboys being in that number one spot, and this could be a potential NFC NFC championship. But it's going to come down to a couple things. The Bucks, because I know I'm talking about the Cowboys a little too much, but this was a conversation that I had already had. The Bucks, we're going to be fine. We're going to be straight. Um, we'll get it together. We already know it was something to capitalize upon yesterday. Everybody knows that Brady always starts off. He's notorious for starting off slow. Hell, the nigga started off slow last year. He started out slow last year. We can sit here all day, and we can sit here and talk about CeeDee Lamb being being greater than Amari Cooper. Now, do I think that eventually CeeDee Lamb has the potential to possibly like take over? Look, I'm not putting nothing in the universe. Okay, I'm not gonna put nothing in the universe. Let me put it to you like this: if if he gets placed in a situation where his back is against the wall, then he would have no choice but to get better. And that's when I feel like, okay, you're gonna begin to see whether or not this guy can truly push it and truly capitalize upon his potential. Because Gallup, man, is a great receiver too. I don't think Gallup gets enough credit for what he does or what he brings to the table. I think that Wilson has a lot of promise too. But we can't always just talk about, oh yeah, well, CeeDee Lamb this and CeeDee Lamb that. No, you can't do that, man. It stops at Cooper. When Cooper when Cooper was at Alabama, when he was at Alabama, you already knew what he was going to do in the league. Everybody already knew that. When he got to the Raiders, uh, you know, he was he got heavily criticized, and that was a situation he couldn't. He was put in a situation to where they had no choice but to criticize this man, and that really had nothing to do with his. That wasn't his fault. That had nothing to do with him. I've said it time and time again. I've said it time and time again that Amari Cooper has been, with the exception of the 2018 season, I think it was. He's always been well over 1,000 yards. Always. He's always been over well over 1,000 yards, and he was always good for a touchdown pass. Last year he caught 5 of them, and then the year before that he caught 8 of them in 2019. So how can we sit here and that's not even it's not even debatable whether or not Cooper is better than CD Lamb. Y'all looking at it from, you know, oh, talent, how tough he is and all that other stuff. Sometimes it's not about that, and he proved that last night that he could catch the ball with pressure mounting mounting on him. We got to stop hoisting these guys up and putting them up there at that level to where they're ready to be crowned when they're truly not. He had a chance on the big stage to make a to make it. There's no excuses this year for anybody. There's no excuses at all. None whatsoever. You've had a full training camp. Okay. Then on top of that, you got 17 games. You got 17 games this year. Everybody's well, at least the majority of the people are have the V shot. We can't make that an excuse no more. We can't make no excuse about the stadiums being full, not having fans there. We can't make any of these excuses anymore. We can't make any of those excuses anymore. Those times now it's over with, and it's the same with the NBA. Is that that's why a lot of people were felt salty about the Lakers championship and everything like that. Okay, I didn't feel that way. I never felt that way. I didn't feel that way at all. If you won, you won. But this year, now, okay, we running it back. Everybody got Brady done had a full training camp. That's just like with AB. That's why so much talk last year was like, oh yeah, well Tyreek Hill, he's better than the AB. Calvin Ridley, he's better than the AB, and all this other stuff. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. And we shut down. We exposed Tyreek Hill. Our secondary did. Tyreek Hill, for as great as he is, we shut him down. Now he lit us up earlier in the year. He lit us up earlier in the year, but when it came down to the pressure situation, we were on point with what we did. Everybody's always everybody's always oh yeah, well this person better, that person better, da 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 all this other stuff. No, I don't want to hear that because I mentioned the drop passes yesterday. What's up with it, Mr. U? I see you in the building. You know, when they mention drop passes, they don't mention Amari Cooper's name. You know whose names they mention? My bad, y'all. Hold on 1 minute, y'all. Okay. Sorry about that. Had a call or a text. Uh, you know whose names they mentioned? They mentioned Deontay Johnson. They missing guys like Judy. They mentioned Tariq Hill. They mentioned Kamara. And guess who they mentioned uh, amongst the leaders? C.D. Lamb, because he was tied with Brown, Gage, Marquise Brown, Russell Gage, and Metcalf for 9 drop passes. It was a three-way tie. And shit, the year before that, Calvin Ridley led the league with drop passes. So how can you sit there and make this notion that that what you're doing is so much greater than be sure y'all get the lights up, man. How can we be sure that all these people that everybody's so claiming uh were so great? How can you put them above a guy like Amari Cooper? You can't do it. You can't do it. I'm never gonna put him in that category. Never. And everybody always wants to bring up, the fact that Amari Cooper, he's fragile, he can't do this, he can't do that, man. That's a bunch of nonsense. That's a bunch of nonsense. But the link is in the chat. Other than that, man,